Right, g'day again. Okay, this is our supposed spray can paint job, which, yeah, we tried that. We bought 1 can of primer, 1 can of paint, 1 can of clear spray cans, and yeah, it's just was never going to be enough. You know, first we're just touching up guards, dents, and it just, yeah, it wasn't going to blend in. You couldn't, like the colour matched where you sprayed it on heavy, but when you tried to blend it, it just come out silver and it just wasn't going to work. And yeah, then he came along with another bonnet, which whilst it was better than the other one, it still had a little bit of repair to do. And I told him, just, you're going to go and just buy some paint in a tin. And yeah, so we only bought 500ml of the blue, and which would have been plenty until we added the bonnet to it. But yeah, with the addition of the bonnet, it was only just enough. And yeah, being a light colour, it doesn't cover very well. You know, it took 3 coats just to cover it, so you couldn't see primer patches underneath. And yeah, actually, yeah, the whole story is I put 2 coats on it. I saved it a little bit because I had it almost fully masked up, and I realised that I hadn't actually finished this bit at the back. It still had unrubbed putty in it, so I saved a little bit, and about probably 200ml I had left in the tin, maybe not even that. But yeah, as I said, that, you know, 2 coats, you could sort of, it looked alright at first because I sprayed it in the shed yesterday and it actually looked okay, and then when I moved it out in the sun, you could see through it. You could see where every primer patch was. And actually part of that problem too was my own fault. I changed the regulator on the compressor a few weeks ago, and I'd been using it for the airbrush. I had it on 30 pounds, but 30 pound on this new regulator is where 50 used to be on the old one, and you know, because the spray gun takes 50 pounds. And so I had a quick glance at it, thought, yeah, it's on 50 pounds, started spraying, and just, yeah, it was coming out blotchy, and I'd almost gone around the whole car before I realised. And yeah, turned it up to the proper air pressure for the second coat, but yeah, it's still, as I said, it wasn't enough, so we've had to mask the whole thing up again. This time I finished the bumper first. And the other thing I did was I did a transition just along here at this line, and yeah, tried to transition because I had a repair here, so I've had primer up to about this point here, and I tried to transition it. It didn't work, and yeah, so this time I masked up a bit higher. I brought the blue up to this line here, up to the window, and sort of finished it off around here. And it's just sort of looks sort of scratchy. Don't know how it could be scratchy. I rubbed that with a wet 400, same as I rubbed the whole rest of the car. There's no scratches anywhere else. So yeah, anyway, them's the brakes. That's the way it goes, I suppose. But anyway, that still looks 100% better than it did. Everywhere else is good. Why did we get scratch marks in that? I don't know if you can see that. I can see that. I only just noticed it. Scratch marks in it. 400 shouldn't have left scratch marks. I don't know what the go is there. But anyway, I'm sort of hoping it'll, yeah. Yeah, I do have I do have a tiny bit left, probably only be enough to put through the airbrush. See how I want to go when I buff that up. Yeah, it's probably not enough to go over it again. Anyway, looks better than it did. As I said, all of it's okay. All of it's good, apart from that one little area. Why did it lose scratches? Never had scratches visible from 400. Anyway, so yeah, this was fine. It was a bit blotchy down here, but all the top of this was fine. So I had it actually masked down to here when I did the blue. And I thought, well, I better lift it up, bring the clear up over it a bit more, rather than having a line along here that I have to rub out. But anyway, overall we're pretty good. So yeah. So anyway, just goes to show, yeah, you can't blend with a spray can, or not with a metallic spray can anyway. If it was a solid colour you might. Oh, that's dangerous. I'm going to pull them down just in case they fall off. They could put a nasty scratch right down the side. Yeah. Fortunately, we don't actually have any wind up in it at the moment. Oh, a little bit. You always got some sort of wind in Tasmania. It's very rare that it's still. And, anyway, I'll do another video, a last video, when I've be a couple of days' time. I'll unmask this shortly. I'll give it about another half hour and then I'll unmask it. And yeah, we'll leave it in the sun for a few days, 3 days. I'll buff it up and we'll give you another look at it. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.